This is the first time the president attended this dinner in 6 years. It's understandable. We had a horrible plague, followed by 2 years of COVID. I'm really excited to be here tonight with the only group of Americans with a lower approval rating than I have. But Republicans seem to support one fella, some guy named Brandon. He's having a really good year, and I'm kind of happy for him. I know there are questions about whether we should gather here tonight because of COVID. Well, we're here to show the country that we're getting through this pandemic. Plus, everyone had to prove they were fully vaccinated and boosted. So if you're at home watching this and you're wondering how to do that, just contact your favorite Fox News reporter. They're all here, vaccinated and boosted, all of them. I'm not really here to roast the GOP. That's not my style. Besides, there's nothing I can say about the GOP that Kevin McCarthy hasn't already put on tape.
C&E presents the No BS Show. With your hosts, Chris Mize and Doug Dock. It's the No BS Show. Take it away, guys.
Take it away. People having problems getting on, just send me a personal message. I'll send you the link.
But welcome, YouTubers.
Yes. YouTube people, we're off suspended for 7 days. 30 days later. First off, I want to thank all our veterans. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do shows like this. I want to thank all our military serving overseas and homeland. First responders, police, fire, EMS, doctors, nurses, and tow truck drivers. Thank you. If you're here, put a comment in the section, please. Once again, we, being censored a little bit. Don't want to offend YouTube tonight in any way, shape, or form, even though
we love you, YouTube.
They didn't answer emails, nothing. Give us 7-day suspension, and it
was just a long 7 days.
20 some days, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it's maybe
so
they
YouTube, we think you might have violated your 7-day suspension policy. So what are you doing for us? Right. Facebook made it.
Anyhow,
they're gonna make it hard.
We're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. I don't know if you read anything or not.
No, I'm in the blind again.
Are
usual.
You?
Yeah,
I told you everything we were talking about.
People, I'm in the blind. That's the way I like it.
I tell them everything that we're talking about.
It will be live on YouTube tonight, and I'll have a fucking nutty. And
what is Pelosi doing in Ukraine?
I don't know. She couldn't get Russian vodka in the United States. How do I?
I didn't think of that. I'm just gonna
get it off.
Yeah,
just sneak over there, act like I'm doing something, and get it off one of the goddamn tanks.
She's over there. She's over there making nice with the Ukraine president.
Zelensky.
Yeah.
They listen. Okay, let's put it out. This war's gone on how long?
67 days.
Okay, let's be honest here. Just let's take 5 minutes here on this, Doug.
All right.
I know for a fact, right now, there's government contractors sending equipment to the Ukraine. Sent you a picture of the one machine, Doug.
Yeah, so is the government.
Huh?
Government sending $33 billion more dollars.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about equipment, heavy equipment.
Mm-hmm.
They're not buying newer stuff. They're buying older stuff and they're sending it over. They're taking it to Maryland. It's going on a ship, and they're going over to Ukraine with it. I know for a fact that they're already looking for people to go over and earn that equipment. At the cost of, Doug, between $200, $250 an hour to $400 some an hour, depending on the zone you're in.
Who pays that?
Well, it's a government contract. I don't know. If you ask me, I think the United States is paying a lot of that bill. What's up, Dean?
Wouldn't you think?
Joe, Ed, Greg.
Wouldn't you think
we got what 3-4 people?
10? Wouldn't you think that Ukraine would have to pay that?
You would think. I don't know. But I'll be honest with you. My name's on a list.
Well, you might not get paid.
So it's tax free.
They don't have any money over there.
It's tax free.
So you're just hoping that the government's going to pay
Hey, Joe, can you send us some money? We got to pay your government contractors over here. Here's the question of the day, okay, though?
We're going to send you
Here's the
$33 billion.
question of the day. Why? Why would government contractors be moving equipment to the Ukraine? The war isn't over, Doug.
Yeah, it might be.
It isn't. It isn't over.
It might be by the time it gets over there. This is all planned.
I'm just saying. How do they know Russia isn't going to take over Ukraine?
Right. Because they've all
Why
talked.
are we sending stuff over there? We're fucking stupid people. Guys like me, oh man, they're sending equipment. Yeah, well, man, I'll make that money. And then I think, how the fuck are we going over there? The war, we don't know. That tells me there's more to this than the media will ever tell us.
So the $33 billion that we're going to send over there is to pay you all for being over there doing whatever you do.
I ain't left yet.
Well, you might.
I hope.
If somebody gives you the right price, I'm sure you're going.
$250 an hour to $400, yeah. Yeah, that's it. But the thing of it is, Greg, and the thing of it is, though, is the war isn't over. It's not over.
To us, it's not.
How are we getting contracts and, how are government contracts? You know what I'm saying?
To us, it's not over.
But we should know, and the media should know. The media probably knows, and we'll never know. Debbie said, Debbie was pissed. What? I love you, honey, but see you in a month.
Yeah. Gotta go.
Gotta go. It's $100,000 in a month. I mean, somebody's got to pay that bill, Doug. We're sending them money.
We are paying that bill. Yeah.
Every day. Ukraine's not going to pay that bill. They don't have any money.
Right.
That's why Pelosi's over there. Guaranteed. It all falls into this whole thing of there's all kinds of shit going on we don't know about. Ukraine, I don't agree with what Russia did. I don't agree with how they're doing it. Killing civilians, everything else, some of the shit they pulled and that. But I'm telling you, Ukraine's a crooked ass country.
Well, we're over there to support them. And Pelosi said that today while she was over there, that we are there till the end.
We're there to support them, keep their mouths shut.
On
Biden and a bunch of other ones.
Well,
I don't tell me I'm wrong.
What?
Biden, whatever they want, he's going to do because Hunter Biden, the whole
doesn't know any better. Watch this. Well, this will explain it, I think.
that will enhance our underlying effort to accommodate the Russian oligarchs and make sure we take their ill-begotten gains. We're going to accommodate them. We're going to seize their yachts, their luxury homes, and other ill-begotten gains of Putin's kleptocracy. Kleptocracy and the guys who are the kleptocracies. But these are bad guys.
Well, it's happened again. Joe Biden has suffered yet another blunder while giving a speech. This one, probably one of his worst. He was announcing a new $33 billion spending package to provide aid to Ukraine when he was also attempting to condemn Russia for its attack on the country. The president stumbled over his words as he vowed to seize Russian oligarchs' assets before laughing and calling Putin's army bad guys. As per usual, the mumbling moment had social media users talking. One person wrote, "Cringeworthy Biden, so embarrassing watching this," and he chuckles, "Nothing funny here, Joe." Another said, "The President of the United States clearly is suffering from advanced cognitive decline, and the mainstream news media that carries water for the Dems remains as silent as a cemetery on a moonless midnight." And just wow, he shouldn't be on the world stage representing the nation. Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton simply wrote, "Alarming." Congressman Ronnie Jackson said, "What is Biden talking about here? He's totally lost. His cognitive decline is so obvious and America is suffering because of it. This is an embarrassment." Former White House Deputy Chief of Staff Karl Rove told Fox News that these gaffes are not helpful when the US needs to be showing strength in the face of Russia.
Now I got another question.
Yeah.
What right do we have to seize yachts and everything from Russia? What right do we have?
Because we're not involved, correct?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
What right do we have to do that?
Right. Well,
Right.
he considers it sanctions.
Listen, his sanctions and my sanctions are two different sanctions, and
Okay.
Greg Miller, you know what? I just don't like what you're doing lately, so I'm sanctioning you and I'm taking your business. I'm seizing your business. What's the difference, Doug? He can't go over there and seize people's yachts. And come on, personal property. He can sanction them by shutting their accounts off, anything in and out of the United States, so on, like we did. But when you start saying we're going to seize their yachts, we're going to this, that, you're crossing a line. You can't do that. It's personal property.
Nobody's told him that.
Huh?
Nobody's told him that. He has to be told. He's not going to know that on his own.
Political Science 101.
No, that was back in the 30s for him. He forgot all that.
He's only been a senator for, what did he say, 90 years? Wasn't that what he said, 90 years?
Yeah.
This is what we got representing us.
That's
But it
a
all
fact.
falls into what I'm saying is, same thing, getting back to the equipment. Why don't we send anything over there with government contractors before the war's over? And you know who's paying the bill. Our government's paying the bill. Flat out simple. Our government's paying the bill. And
Yes.
we're going to rebuild Ukraine, make it better than it was, and
We'll
give
just
it
keep
all to
falling
them,
back.
and they'll turn on us, and just like the Taliban, give them all our stuff and just leave it there. You know, billions more dollars. No, I won't even go for the union law. Time and a half after 40.
I think you lose all that going over there.
At $250 an hour, $300 an hour. What do I care? Hey,
Like,
we got shifts that are working 10-hour days or 16. I'll take 16. What are you going to do? You going to go sightseeing? You know.
Look at that.
Look at the blown up building. Yeah. Oh, look at that blown up. I bet you it was beautiful, you know.
Right.
And I'm not making fun of Ukraine. I'm just saying, you know, and really, Who's heard a lot about the war anyways lately, Doug? Notice that?
Yeah, that's old
It's
news now.
It's went off like COVID's went off. Now we got the bird flu flaring up.
Yeah, the killer bees, they're gone.
They're
The flying spiders.
flying spiders are looking over at the other glass case going, why are they taking them away? We didn't need them. You're going next, pal.
Oh man,
You're going to the incinerator.
poor insects. They get no airtime whatsoever.
But
We gave them some.
it's all. And once again, us American people just sitting there going, whatever.
A lot of American people are doing that.
Just like COVID.
All right, we'll sit here indoors.
You know, we want to bitch about it, but you know, and the bad part of it is this: by the time we all say enough's enough, and us middle class people, some of the younger people, redneck Americans stand up, it might be too late.
Yes, we'll talk a little bit about that too.
If you look at the predictions, the economists, 2023, they're predicting one of the worst recessions we've seen in a while. And you watch the stock market, it's volatile. I mean, it's, gas prices going up and down. One day it'd be $4, the next day it's $3.60. Let's get into that for a minute with the oil companies. How do you fill a tank up today? Let's just say 20,000 gallons, 10,000 gallons, and you paid $3.80 today, or let's just say they paid $3.20 today to put that gas in that tank, and somebody farts crossways in the desert over there, and it goes to $4.05. How does that happen?
Right.
If government wants to control something, they want to control something so bad and control us. Control that. You know what? That gas is going to stay that price until that tank's gone. Am I wrong, Doug?
Nope.
Well,
No.
As assholes like me who pull in, need gas to go to work because I'm not sitting at home. Let's face it. Cry like a little bitch, but I'll end up putting $4.20 a gallon into my truck to go to work.
There was supposed to be a day where we weren't supposed to buy gas. You remember that?
Yeah, there was a couple times in my life already, but
but one was like last month on the 20th, maybe.
Never happened.
Really? Damn it.
Don't
Let's not
even
go
get me
into.
started about the unions.
What about the unions?
That's another show next week. I love my job. Yeah, me too, Brian. He works with me for the same company.
Okay, I can see why you all love your job.
I love my job.
All right. Do you remember we had the Obama Biden theory?
Well, yeah, we got banned in Japan over it.
Well, yeah, that's exactly the thing. But we have a theory that Biden's
He's behind the mic.
Yeah, and
He's got a little headset like me. What the fuck, Joe? Why are you going off script?
So when he starts stumbling and things like that, that's when Obama's mad.
That's when
What are you doing? What are you doing? They're bad guys.
He said, Michelle going, Michelle, watch this. I won't say nothing. And there's Obama.
So we're going to help them. Yeah, we're going to help them.
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
helping them. So anyhow, somebody that is actually a representative actually now mentioned this out loud. And this is kind of going in two different directions. One is it's kind of proven that this may be happening. The second is, which you just talked about, and I said we'd get to, is the fact that these little shows. Let's let Obama tell you what's going on. He had a better way of talking about it. Okay, here we go.
Oh boy.
Now, the good news is that almost all the big tech platforms now acknowledge some responsibility for content on their platforms, and they're investing in large teams of people to monitor it. Given the sheer volume of content, this strategy can feel like a game of whack-a-mole. Still, in talking to people at these companies, I believe they are sincere in trying to limit content that engages in hate speech, encourages violence, or poses a threat to public safety. They genuinely are concerned about it. They want to do something about it. But while content moderation can limit the distribution of clearly dangerous content, it doesn't go far enough.
So,
See a question. Evidently, they consider people like us that rap on Biden and really have more than we need content because he's so fucking stupid. And some of the dumb shit he says. What is that? Hate speech?
well, that's what I was just going to bring up. Do you think that we're considered a threat to public safety or dangerous content?
If anything, they would consider dangerous content because we bring shit up that they don't want brought up. But you never seen this shit when everybody was bashing Trump.
No, that didn't exist. Now it does.
This didn't exist. Now it exists. And the worst part about this is we can sit here on our show, our little old show, and you know, but we play clips. We didn't say that. Right. Just like what he said. Just like the interview with, what's his name, that Obama had that we played. And we got
with
hammered.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, and we got hammered.
We lost a whole country over that.
Oh, yeah, and got investigated and 3 more. You know, and we got hammered on it, though. I mean, we've been chastised, warned, every fucking thing you can think of because we played clips. What was the famous one? You're misinterpreting.
We think that you may be misrepresenting. How'd they put it?
Misinterpretation of the content. That was one we got months back. This one was, we think you may have given medical misinformation. But months back we got that one. Months back we got misinterpretation. Ain't too many people over on the right there that hasn't got a warning or something covering up their post that said misinterpreted, or you're using it misinterpreting what it says, or they misinterpret shit. The son of a bitch spoke. It was up on a thing. How can you misinterpret what Obama said that day, Doug?
Right.
There's no misinterpretation of that. He said he wouldn't come back and run for a third term, but he would like to be the guy behind the scenes in the microphone. Right. That was his words, not ours.
Right. But the Japanese did not like that.
Japanese didn't like it, and it banned us in Japan.
For whatever reason. So she kind of believes the same thing that Obama is guy. Oh, by the way, she is Tulsi Gabbard. Now, I have no liking for her because of what she did during the impeachment, but she does hit a nerve here because we thought this very same thing. She's a coward.
You gonna play something or
no?
I thought you were gonna play a clip the way you led up to that and then shut up.
No,
we don't have a clip. What'd she say?
Well, I'll tell you what she said since you asked for it.
I thought you were playing a clip, people. Sorry.
All right. She said Biden is just a front man. Obama, April 21st. Social media censors don't go far enough. Then she says what? But she believes that Obama is more behind all of this. This issue with the freedom of speech, and he is the one who is working with the Facebook and YouTube, not Twitter anymore. He's not
Well,
going to.
let's get into that in a minute.
Yeah, he's not going to have any say in that. All these other social media platforms, he is working with them to squelch all of this stuff, especially about Biden.
Yeah, but what squelch what? Listen, we've said from this, and let's go back 2 months ago when that dumbass come on our show. Oh, I see him on the white supremacist show.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that set me off. There's nothing. We just state what we feel. So what Obama and them are trying to do is you can't state what you feel unless it fits the left.
Their narrative, yes.
Their narrative. So anything outside their narrative is going to get squashed.
Right. So we are well outside of that.
Yes. So we'll get squashed eventually.
Well, we are being squashed.
Oh, we're being
every day.
Yeah. Every day we get popped.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like Deb come in and said earlier, your link's up, but here's what it shows. And I had to go put another link up and shit. Even on mine, you weren't allowed to go to that or whatever. And that's Facebook. For you guys that had a problem, I think Greg had the problem, where you look at the link and it says can't get to it. It's got the red, the red letters and stuff. That's what they meant when they said, a couple weeks ago, they were decreasing our output.
So you might try for a minute or two and then go, well, whatever, and you move on. They're not outrightly saying you can't say this. We're just going to make it really, really difficult for you to get. Yeah, we're going to make it difficult for you to get.
And whatever. Fuck them. YouTube too. You know what? Twitter. Boy, you don't hear the left side saying much about Elon Musk right now, do you?
No.
Watch, all of a sudden you won't hear nothing about electric cars. Watch it push go away.
Think so?
I guarantee you. Elon Musk buys Twitter. What was the cost? $42 billion?
Yeah, I think so.
What's the first thing he does?
I don't know what's the first thing he does.
Hey, former President Trump, you can have your account back.
Let's see if that happens.
He's smarter than that, gal.
Oh, boy.
You might as well date the mule from the movie Shrek. Be about the same look. But Elon Musk buys, first thing he does says, Trump, you can have your page back. Now, I'm not on Twitter, but I'm pretty sure Trump's going to be lighting Twitter up. Guarantee you.
Now, he has his own platform that is not doing very well.
Who, Trump?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Google, Apple, none of them will allow it. Let's face it. The world of technology is controlled Google and Apple. If you can't get through that, you're not going anywhere. They can squash you. What was that? They tried starting last year? Parler or something like that?
Yeah.
It didn't go nowhere because what's the first thing Google and Apple did was we're not allowing that in.
Right.
Yeah, hello. Wait. Yeah, that's what we're accused of. That's what we're kids, and it's amazing that if that smart ass kid would have stayed on, what, Doug, another half hour? What the content of the show was that night and where we were at?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. You can jump on the show anytime you want, and we'll be in the middle of something. But if you watch it for some time, then you know that it's
I don't care what color you are, black, white, purple,
right. We're going to be talking a lot about
rainbow.
rainbows.
I can't exclude the rainbows. We'll be.
Well, we're going to be talking about them tonight.
Well, let's get into that.
Hold on a minute. Let's watch one more Biden gaffe.
Oh boy.
This is the hockey team. They're at the White House, and he's congratulating them.
Congratulations on your touchdown.
I want to thank Commissioner Gary Batman for being here as well. And at the risk of stating the obvious here, it's a pretty good time to be in a sports fan. Commissioner Gary Batman for being here as well. And at the risk of stating the obvious here, it's a pretty good time to be in a sports fan.
I can't help but laugh, dude. I had been laughing too. How embarrassing is that?
Hello, Gary Batman.
Oh, Batman. Did you eat your Snickers bar?
That'd
make a good Snickers commercial, huh?
Yeah, you know that guy's got to. There's going to be more to it.
Oh, there'll be repercussions, I'm sure. But how can you not laugh? I mean, that guy be the next Snickers commercial.
Yep.
Are you feeling down? And they'll show a picture of him laughing, and then the next thing eating a Snickers, and then back out on the ice. Oh my God, we got a president that, we got vice presidents just as bad. And we got the third line, Pelosi, over in Ukraine looking for Russian vodka.
Yes. Yes.
Why is she there? Have we figured it out? Just checking.
No, it just came on tonight at 6:30.
Oh,
it was just a secret. It was a secret trip. Making nicey with Ukraine president, whatever his name is.
Zelensky.
Yeah. She went over to say hi to him.
We're sending equipment.
We sent
government
equipment.
Contractors. We sent equipment and sending equipment, construction equipment, heavy equipment. Government contractors, the United States are sending that over to Ukraine. They're getting people gathered up, a list. But yet, we're still fighting. They're still fighting.
Don't forget, we sent $33 billion over, or we're sending $33 billion over.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, we have homeless veterans, homeless people. Yeah.
Maybe they can keep her over there.
No shit, you ain't kidding.
So
she's done great. She's done real good.
That's the world news tonight. Closer to home. Okay, this ended up Dollar Tree store. Where was this at? Indiana.
Oh boy.
This is Dollar Tree store. This is a note that they posted on their door.
I like that, Cal.
I apologize for us closing again, with again capitalized and underlined. My 2 new cashiers quit because I said their boyfriends couldn't stand here for their entire shift. Don't hire Gen Zs. They don't know what work actually means. Now hiring baby boomers only. And believe it or not, that is not going over very well.
Truth. Why?
Why isn't it going over very well, or why?
Yeah. What's the resistance?
Because she's discriminating.
She's listen. Maybe so, but not in my opinion. Yeah. Hashtag no bullshit tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe so, but listen. This is what pisses me off more than anything. You know, these kids feel they got the right to go to work somewhere and their boyfriends come in there. I've already seen this. I don't know how many of you people have seen it, where they're either on their phone talking to their boyfriend or down at the end talking to their boyfriend, and you stand there and wait. You just stand there and wait. I tell you what's starting to piss me off around here is I was at the grocery store today again. 7, 8 aisles open, and 2 of them, you know, that are available, and 2 of them are open, and the rest is self-checkout. I'm getting to this point. Fuck you, Kroger's. You know, you want me to check my own shit out, then where's my discount? You know what I'm saying, Doug? They should have a sign up, $10 off your total bill if you bag your own shit. Now, I get it. There's no help. But when do we, you know, you go to Walmart's, the restructuring Walmart's, and went from 30 checkouts, which they never only had more than 6 open anyways, Doug, to maybe 6 or 8 in self-checkouts. Where's the discount? At least when you knew you went to all these food stores, you know, you had to buy your bags and bag your own shit. That's why it was cheap. You remember that?
Yes.
You go into Aldi's, you buy your bags and you bag your own shit.
Yeah, what was the name of that store?
Aldi's.
It was all generic, and you took your own bags in. You even put your own price on it.
Yeah, I can't remember. But I know Aldi's.
Yeah, Aldi's does that.
And then they got you're right, Joe. I mean, even say $5-10. But you know, Aldi's got a thing. You want a cart, you put a quarter in there. When you go back in and hook that cart back into the other cart, you get your quarter back.
Or take the cart home and bring it back when you.
Whatever, you know. And donate a quarter, I guess. Me, I'm an asshole. I'll leave it out. Fuck that quarter. You know.
So
there's been days where I had a dough for that quarter, though, in my life.
The manager there was fired.
Yeah.
Reading comments.
Yeah, Kels. You're right,
Okay.
Kel.
She's been fired, and the reason she's being fired is she broke federal law.
What's federal law? Don't fuck with the young people.
Prevents employment discrimination based on race, sex, sexual orientation, disability, religion, color, and veteran status.
So she's in trouble because basically she started taking a shit at this younger generation.
Okay,
that's what it comes down to.
Okay,
Yes or no?
hold on. You're the manager over her of Dollar Tree, and she puts a sign up on the door that she's not going to hire anybody Gen Z, and you need to be a baby boomer, which is born between 1946 and 1964. And you're going to be, oh, that's cool. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I'll be out the fucking door then. Whatever.
But don't you think that there's some Gen Zs out there that really work and have a work ethic?
But the problem is, what's Gen Z? What age group? I stumped them, folks.
No, you didn't. 1997, 2012.
What? 19 what?
1997 to 2012.
I'm Gen X, then, right?
You're in the baby boomer.
I'm 68.
Oh, you're nothing.
I'm just out there. No, I don't. Listen here. Look, I don't. I'm going to throw something out here, and it's not going to be politically correct. Why are they going after her? But the NFL made the NFL do what they did.
I have to agree with you, and that's why I brought it up when I did, because I just don't understand how they're allowing that to happen.
How can you fucking tell a business you have to do this and hire a female? This, and this.
Federal government did do it. The
no,
NFL did
I'm
it.
not fucking buying this shit because
The NFL did it.
Listen, you have small, you have the equal opportunity, okay, employer association, right? You have to have X amount of minorities. Remember them bills that all passed? NFL's way over that, way over them percentages. How can they go in and make the NFL, and the NFL does that, and it's okay? But tell some person who owns a Dollar Tree that, owns part of the franchise that, well, I'm sure we're freezing up. We're going to start talking about shit they don't want to fucking hear. We just got back on YouTube this week after 3 weeks, going on 4 weeks on a 7-day suspension. And I'm sure we'll be booted off after. I don't give a fuck. But the thing of it is, because this lights my ass up, Doug. But then go after someone like that. Tell me what the fucking difference is, and nobody can. NFL and the government can say, okay, you need to hire this race, this gender, da. And it's okay. But this person says, we're not hiring this generation no more because of this. And now they're in trouble with the federal government. I'm sick and fucking tired of this shit. One way is okay as long as it fits our agenda, but your way, even though it's the same fucking thing, if it don't fit our agenda, no, you ain't doing it. You're not doing it. This is what this administration brought in, Doug.
Right.
This is what this administration's all about. And I don't know about you people, I call it fucking socialism, communism. Do as we fucking say, not as we do. Do as we say, not as we do. Then you got some bumbling fucking idiot that represents our, we're going to seize their boats and yachts. Well, how can you seize fucking anything? We ain't in war with nobody. After he gives the Taliban that we fought for 20 years, Al-Qaeda and the Taliban, Doug, 20 motherfucking years we fought a war over them. And the Taliban says, Afghan government, Taliban's not going to be involved. What? Our troops weren't out of there for a week, remember? Not 1 week, not even 7 days. Taliban took over the whole country.
Right.
And what's Biden? Oh, I didn't see that coming. Really? Now there comes a time, people, when we got to start asking the other side, are you fighting hard enough? Am I wrong, Doug? Are you fighting hard enough? Are you really fighting hard enough? Or are you just starting to lay down and pray to God midterms goes that way? Is that what it is, Doug?
I don't know. That's kind of why I brought up the NFL when I did. And then this one kind of followed it a week or two later.
How did Renacci all of a sudden become one of the big gunners in this governor race? Renacci? Where the fuck? I ain't heard his name all year. All of a sudden, boom.
Yeah.
Oh, he's up there top. He's about as crooked as they fucking come too. Let me tell you what's going to happen, people. And you think we just pick on the Democrats? Let me tell you what the GOP in fucking Ohio, how fucked up they are. Renacci ain't been in a picture for what, Doug, since we've been talking about Blackstone.
Right, yeah.
Now all of a sudden, boom, he's in a picture. Election's Tuesday for that. Big push. They're splitting the fucking vote, and guess what we're going to get stuck with? A little dictator. Fucking DeWine's going to be.
Yep. They have it all planned out.
Trust me when I tell you this. Then we'll move on. I've said it a million fucking times, and I'll say it again. If neither party likes a candidate, that might be the one you think about voting for, because he's not sucking ass to either one. Period.
Right.
If they don't like him, GOP don't like him, and the Democrats don't like him. It don't matter if the guy's Democrat, Republican, Independent. If neither group wants nothing to do and support that guy and have trying to get him out, there's reasons why. Because that guy's fighting for you people. They don't want that. They just want their agenda. Just their agenda. And all they're doing, the GOP in Ohio, them dirty, rotten bastards, are putting Renacci, a big push on Renacci the last couple of weeks to split the vote so DeWine gets in. They do not want Blystone in. They're worried about him. They pushed this, started pushing this, and you watch. It's going to split the vote, and DeWine will win amongst three of them. I see it coming already. You know, and Lord knows who the Democrats will throw up. You know what I mean? Who knows who they'll put in? You know, it's, you know, they tell me the last election they had someone worthwhile. You know what I mean, Doug? They didn't have
Right.
but stop and think before you go vote Tuesday. If you're a Republican, stop and think about it. Do you really want someone that both sides like or really back? Or do you want somebody that both sides hate and do not want it? There's a reason why them parties don't want them in there. Because they don't go along with straight narratives of them. They go along with us. Think about that before you put the dots on the thing Tuesday. If you guys don't put Joe Blystone in, you're fucking stupid. That's all I can say, because Blystone is one of the ones that's pushing what you want to talk about next, Doug. The property tax.
Yeah. So we do have that going on. Ohio, and now I did research this a little bit more. It's over a 10-year period that they want to get rid of personal income tax. And the reason that they want to get rid of personal income tax is because of the population of Ohio is declining rapidly. And in order to get people to stay here, they want to do away with the Ohio income tax to get people. But here's what's going to happen if you look ahead. Hopefully, I won't be around for this, but when they do get people back in the state, that income tax is going to come back with a vengeance.
It'll double.
Yes, they're going to say, "Well, you know, we went 10
What
years."
are people moving to?
All these bigger population areas: New York, L.A.,
New York.
Houston.
I would venture Texas and Florida has had an influx and people moving to them states in the last year.
Possible.
They got two governors that got brains.
No,
Once again, I don't agree with everything. I don't agree with everything they do, but you know,
you're on the wrong end. They got balls.
They got brains and balls.
All right.
All right, they're covered both ends. You know?
Right.
What's the saying? They shit excellence. You know what I mean? Seriously, New York, you don't hear a lot out of New York right now, Doug. Why is that?
They have a new governor.
You got a new mayor in New York City. They ain't playing that shit.
Right.
Remember, he told he wasn't in office. He wasn't in office. I don't know if you guys remember this. He wasn't in office a week. And he told the teachers union in New York City, these kids are going back to school. And they fought him. Don't you remember that? He said no.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know. Yeah, it's you know, here, fucking Ohio, you get popped, Cal. I mean, you get popped hard.
And now the businesses aren't going to pay their fair share anymore.
No, we're all paying equal.
when it comes to real estate taxes.
Blystone believes. Here's one of the things Blystone believes in. And Tammy was at that when he was over in Avery there. Once you hit the age, I believe it was 62, draw Social Security and everything, you shouldn't have to pay property taxes no more. He believes you paid your fair share.
I agree.
You know, your whole life. You know, there's stipulations on it. I mean, you can't at 62 rent a place all the way to 62, buy a home, and you know.
Right.
If you owned a house or you've owned several houses, you paid property taxes all your life, and your house paid off and everything. You retire. He believes you paid your fair share, which I agree 100% with. 100%.
Yeah,
You know?
if you've owned a house at least half your working time, you should be eligible for that.
And when you retire, you should, you know, you've done your time. And most people at 62, you know, they don't have kids in school no more. They don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's, I mean, I personally, I'm 54. I have no problem with paying the property taxes. Then when I turn 62 or whatever, you know, it falls off. But at 62, I believe it's a great deal too, Greg. I mean, but Lord forbid either side would want something like that. Huh. That's against the agendas of both sides there. What do you mean get rid of property? You know, I just see the back room with Democrats and the Republicans, the leaders of them. What's this fucking guy doing?
Yeah, that's why this whole income tax thing is like mind-boggling.
I'm against it.
I can see lowering it, but you don't do away with income tax.
Let me tell you what. I'm not stupid. You're not stupid. Nobody in that comment section is stupid. If they drop income tax, we're going to get fucking raped somewhere else. Whether it be sales tax, gas tax. DeWine's already raped us on gas tax when he first got in.
First few months he was in.
He wanted what, 30%, 25%, whatever it was. He got 15 and turned around. He got his 25, 30%, but it took him 2 years.
Yeah.
So you think if anybody, and I don't want to be mean, because, you know, I found out the unions got feelings this week too, Doug. Of all fucking people. Oh, yeah, they got feelings. You can't step on toes in the unions no more. I mean, Lord forbid you get shitty with the business agent. You disrespect them. You motherfuckers, you work for me. I pay union dues.
Right.
You know, I'm your boss. You know, that's next week's show. But anyways, you know, fuck. Now you got me pissed.
Why?
If you don't have income tax, they will rape us somewhere else. They're not just going to let that go. That's how many millions, billions of dollars.
Right.
And where are they going to make it up? They're not just going to say, and if they do that, you're going to see a recession in the state of Ohio like you've never seen before, because every single state employee, it'll go in half. It'll cut in half. They're not going to be able to make it. I'd rather keep paying than to come up with some fucked up idea like that. You want to give us a tax break? Cut the gas tax back down. You know, cut the natural gas bill, you know, taxes down. Cut the electric taxes down. You know,
right.
Well, they might, but I guarantee you it won't be cheap. Whatever. Fucking government.
All right, before we get into the next slippery slope,
she's
not a slippery slope.
No, we gotta. Tammy's gonna be yanking her kids out of school before the show's over.
No hashtag no bull show is the hashtag.
Big D's Pizza, Dean Henry, Clyde, Ohio.
And we'll do that before we give stuff away. I got new photos here.
Look at that.
That is cinnamon
pizza swirl or cinnamon dessert.
Those are potato kegs.
Potato what?
Kegs.
What do they got, beer in them, Dean?
I hope so.
I'd like another 12-pack of potato cakes.
Some
Them ribs. God, them look good.
This is a BLT sandwich.
That's me right there, without the lettuce, though.
That is a sirloin burger. Hot pepper cheese bites, onion rings. See, he has whatever you want.
Yeah, look at that. That looks good, believe it or not. Nachos.
Deluxe nachos.
Now wait, keep that picture up. Y'all see that
one?
picture? Yeah, y'all see that picture right there. All right, move on now. Get a good look at that, though. Move on. Go.
All right, that's a fold over. Lake Erie perch, 1 pound.
Oh yeah, look at that shit.
And I think that's all I got.
Big D's Pizza, more than pizza. And we want to thank him. You know, he does this for shows, and it costs a lot of money to do what he's doing. Trust me. Yeah, ain't no shit, Lord. Now I'm hungry again. I just ate. Now, the reason why I said y'all look at that pizza, let's go back to where that woman was just wrecked fucking the hell out of Dean. Remember that, Doug? I was pissed off. And then, she got caught up, and all of a sudden that post come down. They had a picture. They had a picture. I know it wasn't his, of a pizza that didn't even look like his type pizza. Trying to say, look at the product. That pizza that you seen in that picture is what you get. That's what you get. Look at it.
That particular one's a veggie pizza. So if you're like Mize and you don't eat meat,
yeah, I got a half a cow coming in a month, and it ain't synthetic.
So it's not off Gates Farm.
No. So #NoBullShow. Support Big D's Pizza. If you're running through Clyde, Ohio, make sure you stop in. You won't regret it. Great food. Great guy. So.
Yep.
No ribs. Yeah, I eat ribs too. I eat all meat. I'm a meat eater. Right there, Cal. Look at him. Cal B. There you go, Cal.
Have some ribs.
Have some. All right, Doug.
All right, we're ready.
Yeah, what are we going into next?
Well, you know what we're going into next.
Go ahead.
That slippery slope of schools.
Here you go.
Right. You ready?
Here we go. Big D's Pizza, Clyde, Ohio. Roll the dice. All right, there you go.
You're a winner.
Winner. Yeah, Greg. Call home. What are you eating? Fucking 10-day-old baked beans that are goddamn cold.
Right. We had to wait on.
What's wrong with you? I can't understand you. I got the ribeye in my mouth. Can I call you back when I'm done with it?
All right.
It's pretty good meat, Chris.
All right. There you go. So we got a winner. Yep.
So, all right, Doug. Let's just make Tammy take some meds here tonight.
All right. Let's see.
It's school time.
Yes, it's school time. But let's first talk about this. All schools are rated in the state of Ohio and elsewhere, but the state of Ohio, I know they are. And their rating comes from various pieces, but during that rating, they also rate the teachers. It's the ability to teach, but it's what do they call that? The teacher's ability to get through and across to kids.
Yeah.
So they're rated on that.
How far they reach kids.
Yeah, how well they do in getting content across and things like that. So that's how the state grades the school. Well, one of the things that the students do is they take a test, and I know when my kids went to school, it was a week long, and there was a lot of preparation to go into that test.
State competency test.
Yes, so it's all done on a computer in the classroom. Teachers monitor it, and the only thing that it's administered by the state. So you're logging into the state system and all that good stuff. You're gonna drink some alcohol, are you?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think it's just iced tea. It's Long Island iced tea. Go ahead.
So apparently what was happening is students were missing questions, like they didn't answer, maybe they saw it and they wanted to go back to it. And so the test was considered incomplete, and then they would have to call to the school and say, this kid needs to get back on and finish this test. There's, 6 questions unanswered, stuff like that. So, yeah, but it is because it affects the teacher's score. So now what they do is the teacher can come by to the computer, and this is what's said to them: do not close out until I look at it. There's a button apparently at the top that they push to make sure all the questions were answered, and then they say, okay, go ahead and hit send, and then it's gone. Well, not okay.
What?
So yeah, poor Tammy's niece. So what's going on is these teachers are under the gun because they're ranking, like there's 800 some school districts in Ohio.
Yeah.
And if you're ranking at 500 or 600, you're not the shit.
No, and I believe, don't they cut state funding on some of that ranking?
I think so. I'd have to look at that. But
Yeah.
what's going on now, I just found out, is the teachers are going through and correcting mistakes. Now, this leads into a lot of different things. So the teacher comes by and looks and goes, that's not correct. And some teachers will just go, hey, you might want to check that or whatever. But there's some teachers that go, no, the answer to that is this. And they'll change it. They'll have the student change it.
Did they change it?
Yes. So
they have the students, not the teacher, dude.
No, hold on now. So
now I'm dealing with race car drivers again.
I asked this person, I go, if you were to have taken the test and sent it in, and he said on this particular test there was 25 questions. I said, how many would you have gotten correct? He said probably 5 or 6 of them, because it was all above what I didn't know. But the teacher corrected them all, so he got 100%. Now what's going to happen is he's going to the next level when when he gets out of school and goes back. He's now in the next grade at a different level that he's going to be completely clueless in, because yes. And then what's going to happen when they start failing out? They're going to drop out. And we wonder why all these kids are dropping out of school, is because they've been pushed through over teachers. And I'm not knocking all the teachers. I'm just saying there are a group of teachers that, they'll do anything to make themselves look good. So they pass all their kids, and then it's somebody else's problem after that.
Listen, who over there in the comment section didn't cheat on a test through school? You didn't cheat on a test at all, ever. One of the golden rules, if you cheated on a test, though, you never got 100%.
So you
always missed a couple. Huh? What? Listen, I'm not for it, but I do believe this. If a kid doesn't answer a question, that's the same to me as the right answer. Here's why. Here's why. Look at it this way. If the kid didn't answer the question, that means he doesn't even know the answer, or an educated guess of what would be the answer, correct? So he goes by it. He doesn't know. That would show me if I was up there, listen, this kid didn't answer, 5 or 6 out of 20 questions on this, and it was all relating pretty much to that topic of whatever. They come in topics of 5 here, 5 here, 5 here. You guys need to work on that. These kids are coming in, they're not answering the questions on this. You need to work on these subjects. You see what I'm saying, Doug? Why make a kid answer a question when he doesn't know?
Because it was material that was taught. So obviously they didn't retain it. So that to the state should say, we got a problem here.
That's what I'm saying. If he's not answering that, we got a problem.
Nothing's happening to the kid. It's the teacher. So the kid pays a price for the teacher not being able to get information to resonate with them.
It's the state's fault for saying they have to answer every question. If it was me running that state thing, I wouldn't say that, because if it come in from a school, let's say Addison High School where I went, okay, and these kids are taking us, and these kids in this classroom from this teacher, a group of them didn't answer some of them questions in that area, then I, as a state person, I'd be going in and saying, listen, they didn't answer these questions because they didn't know the fucking answers, and you were supposed to cover this area.
Exactly.
You're not doing your job. But when you make them answer, and if the teacher's going, here's the answer, teacher gets caught doing that, they should be fired.
Exactly, and they probably would be. But what kids?
How you catch them though?
Because the kid is told it's a test, so obviously they're not going to want to fail a test. So even though it doesn't affect them, other than they're going to move on and get deeper into stuff that they don't understand because they didn't learn it the first time, and you're okay with them not answering questions.
I'm definitely okay. I'd rather see them not answer the question than just put the wrong answer.
Well, you say that it should be right, and it's wrong. It's if you don't know it, you don't know it.
That's what I'm saying. If they don't answer the question,
means they don't know it.
That's not a bad thing, though. Because that's telling somebody down the line that's taking these tests, that teacher's not doing their job.
If I'm a teacher and I'm a good teacher, not one of these 10%ers, I'm saying if you don't know the answer, at least attempt it, because I want to know what you don't know. So at least make an attempt to answer.
Okay, you make an attempt to answer. There's a 20-30% chance you're going to get it right.
Right.
The old theory. If you didn't know the answer, pick B or C. It's never A or D. Or you know what I mean? It's in the middle, and you're going to get it 40% of the time. So tell me I'm wrong. I'd rather have the kid not answer than take a guess and get it right.
No. If you're taking a test and it's a test, let's say a history test, and you're turning it into your teacher and you're going to get a grade, then whatever you want to do. On a state test, it's basically ranking that school and how their material's resonating with students. And by not answering it, because then I would say, hey, everybody, if you don't know the answer, you think you're going to get it wrong, don't answer it, because it's going to be right then.
If you don't know the answer to the question, don't answer it and move on. That's exactly what I'd say.
So I would probably do more of that than to try to guess or try to figure out if I'm right or not. Out of 25, probably 15 of them will be left blank.
Then you got a problem with that teacher.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. You got a problem with that teacher. I'm just being honest here. Is I would rather the kid not answer the question and try to make an educated guess when he really doesn't know, because there's a chance he could hit the right one. And so now you're giving false information of what that.
But if you tell them not to answer so that it can prove wrong, then you're just misleading them. They're going to get into another grade and be completely.
Corona. You can. Hey, if a kid answers 15 questions, hear me out. If a kid answers 15 questions he don't know, and he gets 10 of them right by mistake, you telling me that ain't gonna fuck him up too?
But somewhere they figured that out. Somewhere in their head
How'd they
figured
figure it out when it's the right answer?
I'm going to try to say this and hope it's right, because
What
I
if
heard.
it is?
First of all, they don't know, because of it's a state test, and you can correct me if I'm wrong over there. They don't know the answer. They don't know what they got. It ranks the school. It doesn't rank them. It ranks the school.
Right, but here's the thing, and you got a good.
And
That's
by the
where
way,
I'm at, Lori. Lori, that's where I'm at with this. It's not a pass or fail for the kid. It's
correct.
a pass or fail for the teacher.
Correct. So the teacher's going around
If you
correcting
don't
all
know
their.
the answer because that teacher didn't get through to you, don't put it down.
Here's
Why?
what
Because there's a chance. If I'm a teacher, I'm saying, hell yeah, put an answer down regardless. Because at least it looks like I'm trying to teach you something.
Right.
There's no correct. The correct answer to this is if a teacher ever gets caught telling these kids the answer, they should be fired immediately and their teaching license stripped.
Well, we won't let cameras in the classroom and all that other stuff, so we're never going to find out. And a kid is not going to go say anything.
But here's why. Because when them state records go in, these state tests, nothing about the kids, about the teacher and the school district, correct? We agree on that? So when them go in, if them kids are pulling a 95, 100% on this certain subject that this teacher teaches, you don't think she or he ain't gonna, or it ain't gonna use that? Well, you got to throw the other gender in now. You don't think that they're not going to use that to better themselves? What, more money? A different school?
Right.
See, that's
right.
what I'm saying. If
Okay,
they're caught doing that, they should be.
I 100% agree. And when you're the average family, mom, dad, and 3 kids, and you're going to move somewhere, you look at the area, the school,
the rating,
and stuff like that. Yep. And so this is good. By the way, Edison that you went to is ranked 287th in the state.
Well, Tammy, if we put cameras in the classrooms, it's already been said that the teachers feel like you're infringing on their privacy. Isn't that what the one teacher said, Doug?
Yeah.
Never mind, it's our kids. Go on, Doug. I'm sorry.
Your school's rated 287.
Yeah.
Now, if your superintendent is like, hey, we got to be better than this. We got to be way better than this.
Now you're going to fall into the fault.
Now you're going to start pushing these teachers out. We got to get better, or I'm going to lose my job here.
So here we go. It starts at the top, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
You're damn right. Superintendent's supposed to answer the school board, correct? So if all of a sudden them tests come back and you went from 80th to 250th, you don't think a good school board will be going, come on, we got to have a meeting and talk about this.
Right.
So the superintendent is going to tell the teachers, hey, listen, make sure they pass, make sure they do good on these. Don't care what you do.
Right.
So it's yes, Laurie, that's exactly what it is. In my opinion, they get caught doing that. Superintendent gets caught doing that in any way, and they should be more strict on this investigate. In any way, shape, or form, they should be strict. Boom, out. McDonald's is hiring, Arby's, all of them down through Home Depot. Go find a job.
This is Edison. It ranks 149th out of 1,037.
Edison, where? There's 2 Edisons. I found that out.
Berlin, Milan.
Berlin Heights. That's where I went.
Okay. Edison Local High School in Milan ranks 174th out of 819.
Really?
Yeah.
It used to be higher than that, I believe. But
So when you're
So that explains a lot of things, people, with me.
what?
We're down the ladder a little.
You kept the school above.
Yeah.
We never took it. I never took one.
We had the state competency test, I'm telling you.
Okay.
I'm telling you, we used to take a state competency, but it wasn't a week. It was like 2-3 days or some shit. I mean, Kale, I believe you went to Western Reserve. You guys had to take it. Tammy, don't you remember we used to? But, it's just like when we were, middle school or whatever, we had to take the physical education thing that we had to do. There you go. Lori took it. 2 days. There you go. We used to take state competency tests. But back then, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think teachers made a big deal out of it. We didn't have to study and all that shit.
And I think that back then it was used for a different reason than it is now.
I don't know.
Now it kind of opens up because they drill down into it so much. Like
But
your math sucks at this school.
It was anonymous back then. True anonymous, because you got the paper and you filled in the dots. Hand it in. Listen, anytime use people, anytime in today's world you hear a school system say they're taking an anonymous test on a computer, it's not anonymous.
Right.
Every computer's given an ID number registered to that kid that got it.
Has an IP number.
IP. And they know exactly and can trace exactly where it comes. There's no such thing as anonymous no more.
Right.
I mean, that burnt my ass down there in Fredericktown about that.
So,
All right,
so anyhow, what we're doing is setting our kids up for failure by going around correcting all their tests just to make themselves look good. Because it's not helping that teacher teach the next class saying, well, I really suck at fractions. I need to, figure out a different way to teach it.
I really suck at teaching algebra that you kids will never use again in your life.
Right. But the kids that are in kindergarten, where are they at?
Or they taking it?
They're learning vocabulary now in kindergarten.
Yes.
And one of the words that they're learning is non-binary. I'm not making this up. Hold on. I'm going to send a link because you guys got to read it.
Is this the one I sent you that you were looking at when I sent it to you?
Yeah, but it's a spin-off of that. It was in that particular article that Illinois School District unveils curriculum teaching preschoolers about sexual orientation and gender identity. Lessons include teaching preschool students vocabulary words such as non-binary. So now you're going to be called non-binary by your kid when they get mad at you. You non-binary.
So, what else they teaching, Doug? Transgender?
Yes. Anything to do with gender, they're teaching it.
And what grades?
Well, preschool and then kindergarten. And then there's a whole other curriculum in third grade, and it is on LGBTQ plus.
ABC, elemental P.
Yeah, all of that.
So, are you listening to this, people? This just come out, on Fox, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
No, we're going to teach them that that's okay. Now we've went down even to preschool now.
Yes, and this lady who's one of the top officials in the administration that is part of the group LGBTQ. What is that?
Fuck, there's so much shit added into it. I don't know.
That she says that physicians, pediatricians, and things like that, they need to nurture this and be open
So
about
what
it.
happens if you don't nurture it?
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I really want to know from somebody.
Well,
Because you got one fucking side saying this is the way to go.
Here's what they think is that these kids then become reclusive. They their suicide rates higher. They start getting bullied. Yes.
At preschool, huh?
Yeah, because they feel different.
They don't even know who the fuck they even are at the time. You know, I mean, here, let's just get away from all that. So let's just say, I'm going to pick on Tammy. Let's say Tammy's all for this and she's, you know, pushing it. So because I say I'm not for that now, I become a racist and discriminate. Am I wrong? Isn't that what's going to happen? What if I go, let's just say I got a kid and it's in preschool for the Berlin Mountain School Districts. And they come out with this. And I go there and say, I don't agree with this. I do not agree with this being taught to my kid. Now, am I a racist? Discriminating?
No, you'll have children's services there because you're not.
But why? Why?
Because you're not allowing your child to explore and be the person that they want to be.
Kid can't smoke till he's 21. Why? Can't buy cigarettes till he's 21. Right?
Because life, yeah,
or 18, 21.
It's bad for your health.
Can't drink till you're 21, correct?
Right.
Can't buy a gun now till you're what, 21?
Yeah, something like that.
Why?
Because you could kill somebody.
Well, the reason is because we don't feel they're at an age to make that right decision. Isn't that what we've been jammed down our fucking throat?
For many,
at
many
19 years old. At 19, who you're considered an adult. At 19.
But no cigarettes for you.
A decision about smoking, drinking, buying
firearms. Right.
Right.
But we will send you to the military.
At preschool, they should be able to make a decision whether they're going to be transgender, gay, whatever. Does this even fucking make sense?
No, I have to agree with that.
I mean, does this, in one sense, where, you know, it's same as voting. Whoever put that over there, yeah, at 18 you can vote. They're pushing a bill at 16 to vote. 2-3 years ago, we had an epidemic going around this country. The motherfuckers eating Tide Pods. What kind of decision-making process do they got there? At 16 years old, eating fucking Tide Pods? And that ain't a joke. That's fact. It was an epidemic, Doug, going across the country. Right. You're so fucking stupid that you're going to eat a Tide Pod, but you're okay to vote. You know, but you can't own a gun or drink a beer until you're 21 because now, on the flip side of this, you ain't got the common sense to. But in preschool, you got the common sense enough to judge whether you want to make that decision. What the fuck is going on in this country?
Well, we won't know because we can't get anybody on here.
What, how much more are we going to take? You're right.
The election is
Tammy,
Tuesday.
You're right. They are. They're going after our kids. You know, beat your kid's ass. You whoop any kid's ass. They think it's the worst whooping and worst thing in the world. Doesn't matter if you did right or wrong. You barely touch a kid sometimes, just barely paddle their ass. Hey, you didn't, you know. All they got to do now is going, oh, my dad spanked my ass last. Children's service beating on your fucking door. Beating the door down. You abuser. You know. It used to be when you went to school and told the teacher, my dad whooped my ass last night. Well, what'd you do to deserve it? You're
Right,
about to get another one here, son.
Right.
You know, I
Right.
mean, yeah,
Right.
you know what I mean?
They kind of supported it.
You want to be gay? Be gay. I don't care. I don't care. You want to be transgender? Tranny. You want to be a tranny? Be a tranny. Be transgender. I don't care. You want to be a lesbian? Be one. I don't care. But Doug, I believe that's between the parents and the child until that child's an adult, not the schools and the children. Not the schools and the children. I don't believe that schools should interfere and inject that in their heads. Yeah, you're right. And listen, we proved that, what, Doug? Wisconsin, was it? School said you're not entitled as parents to know that.
Right. Yeah.
You're not entitled as parents to know if your kid wants to be transgender or not. That's our decision. You motherfuckers, you work for us. Here we go with that again, Doug. You work for us. You work for us. We vote the school board in. Did you forget that?
Well, you'll be happy to know that the state of Oklahoma, Governor Kevin Stitt signed a bill Tuesday. Actually, he did an executive order that bans the use of non-binary gender markers on state birth certificates because they added it.
Are you shitting me?
No. So you as a parent,
Yeah,
the minute your child's born, you can say non-binary.
We don't know yet. I know it's got a little penis down there with a set of balls, but we really wanted a girl, so we're gonna go that way. We're gonna name this kid Julie, and
Norm gets on every time we start talking about this.
Yeah. Training. No, but seriously, how non-binary at birth, they can say that. So, what are we doing here?
No, yeah, we got Cracker Jill out there.
Cracker Jill. We got Cracker Jacks and we got Cracker Jill, and Cracker Jill has no nuts.
So we think we
don't have the peanuts in Cracker Jill.
We don't know yet. She'll be in the supermarket near you.
How can a school say that we're going to teach non-binary and this, that, and the other in preschool?
I know. I agree. How does a kid at what they're going to be 4 or 5 years old? How do they even know what that even means?
You want me to tell you where this all set up at? And we even said it when the National School Board Association wrote a letter to Joe Biden, and immediately within 5 days went to Attorney General. And they started within 4 days after that, they started coming down on people, investigated 13 people that local law enforcement didn't even investigate for stuff. And that's when it all got set in motion. And you were being called domestic terrorists if you went to a school board meeting to disapprove of the mandates of a mask, vaccinations. You were declared a domestic terrorist. Remember, Doug, we said there's more going to come out of this. Y'all better fucking wake up. We're putting too much control over there. How do you do that? Jim Jordan's still waiting on an answer from over a year ago about Afghanistan. Remember?
Yeah.
Never went in front of Attorney General. 5 days. National School Board sends a letter to Biden. 5 days goes to Attorney General. In a total of 9 days, 13 people are getting investigated. Then they come out, you're a domestic terrorist. And everybody was scared to go to the school board meeting. Remember, Doug?
That's what it was all about, yeah.
Everybody was scared to go. You had some didn't give a shit, but the majority of people were scared to go because they didn't want to get branded as domestic terrorists. And this is what it's turned into in a year. Now they're doing all kinds of shit telling you ain't entitled to know what your kid's doing.
All right,
I hope Norm's still on. Norm, I could just see Norm when his kids were in school, if they told him, hey, you're not entitled to know what, fuck.
Right.
We'd have been sending Norm commissary money.
So one more thing on that. The federal government now allows non-binary gender markers on passports. So you can be non-binary if you want a passport.
I'm non-binary and I'm going to Afghanistan. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Glad I got to see you. I don't think you'll need this to come back. You ain't coming back. Can you imagine flying into Afghanistan under Taliban rule with a non-binary? What's this mean?
we
I
don't
claim
recognize
gender.
it.
I don't claim either gender.
Well, we don't recognize you then.
Huh?
Then we don't recognize you. That's what they're going to say.
Yeah. My name's Jim, but I claim as Julie. I'm transgender. Oh, really? Okay, come on. We got a back room here. We want to talk to you. Last time you ever see him.
All right, one more thing. This is in a school locally here. These poor schools down here, they will live to hate me. So I guess in the schools in the morning, they do the Pledge of Allegiance.
This just eats my ass.
They do the Pledge of Allegiance. So it was just what was it? Just something we were goofing around
This
with.
is a fact. This is a fact that come out of a kid from that school.
Yeah.
Correct, Doug?
Yes. So kid says, yeah, we do the Pledge of Allegiance, because I was just going to ask him if he knew the words to it. And he did.
That was me and you were talking about.
Yeah, actually, what he said when I first asked him, he goes, yeah, I've heard of it. I said, what? But he said, yeah, I know it. And I said, so do you do the Pledge of Allegiance in the school every day or how? Yeah, every day. He said, but they say that if you are of color and you do not believe in it, you may sit down for the national anthem or the Pledge of Allegiance. If you are of color, you can sit down. This is the last thing, Chris.
It's discrimination. It's
It's
promoting racism. Not a school's part.
Divisiveness, yes.
You're dividing right then and there. And so how I say it's racist, hear me out on this. How I say it's racist is I'm of color. I'm Caucasian. That's color, white. Right?
Yeah.
I'm correct.
Yes.
So what you're doing is at what I call a tender age, high school, because it was a high school kid. You're promoting racism by dividing the class.
Exactly.
Because now, here's what you're doing, in my opinion. You might have some kids that believe wholeheartedly because their parents are red-blooded Americans, believe, in this, that, and the other, and pretty much told, you ever kneel for the flag, national anthem, or you ever, bloody your ass. Now that kid's looking at some other kid because they said, as if you're of color, you don't. What's going through his mind, Doug?
Well, I had a long conversation, and for example, what if you let's say the majority is of color, and there's 4 or 5 whites because we're different, and you see everybody sitting down. Even though that kid believes that he should stand up, peer pressure is going to get to him, and I'm not going to make a big deal out of this. I'm just going to
he's going to get his ass whooped.
Right. And we wonder what's wrong with the youth today. Here it is. This should be a huge story. Now, let me ask you a question. If you're the principal of that school, how would you handle this? Because you agree that some
people told him that it had to be like that.
Well, you're the principal now.
Okay, I'm the principal. I'm not doing that. Somebody has to tell me higher up that I have to do that.
But let's say you recognize let's say a group of kids come in and go, we came in from Japan. We're not really, I know we're in your school. Go over to the go over to the cafeteria if you believe that strongly that
No,
you don't want to,
no,
because
no,
people,
no.
no, you see,
know, you're in the United States.
you're making people do something that they don't agree with. It's just what you're going against what you've always stood
You're
for.
in the United States, though.
But you're going to make them pledge allegiance to the flag.
They don't have to say
That
the
they
words.
don't want to do that. They don't
They
want
don't
to
have to
pledge
say
the
the words.
allegiance.
You know what? If they don't like it, go back to fucking Japan.
Or go to another room, but you're not going to disrupt our classroom and the people who
You understand what I'm saying? If you don't like our rules and the way we have life, go back to fucking where you come from. Evidently, you're here because it wasn't that fucking great.
But what
Now you're going to come
happened?
in. This is my problem with this shit. You're going to come into our fucking country and jam your fucking beliefs down our throats and how you're going to fuck you. Go back to your other fucking country.
What about your red-blooded American who's been done wrong by the government and just, you know what? What's his name? Kid Rock. Kid Rock. He don't want to stand anymore. You know what? Screw this.
Kid Rock will stand. Kid Rock will stand.
But you're missing the point. You're missing the
I
point.
know. Every
missing the point.
That has been done wrong by the government will still stand for the anthem and still stand for the pledge.
You're missing the point. There's somebody out there that just doesn't believe and doesn't want to because they've been done wrong by the government.
They go somewhere else.
There you go. So why wouldn't you just say to these kids, if you really feel that strongly, you need to go to the cafeteria and sit till we start our school day?
I still disagree with it because it's still causing a divide.
It is, but it's not in the classroom. And it's not showing peer pressure.
They got to come back into the classroom,
and then you know who they are.
So what's the difference?
Yeah, but after didn't they do that in homeroom, and then you went off to your first class or whatever?
You better have fucking stood for the pledge, or the teacher come over and you got nobody sat down. Here's my point. Okay, here's my fucking point. Every hillbilly, red-blooded American, white-collar guy I know living in this country is pissed off the government right now, correct? Am I wrong? The government's doing us wrong.
There's somebody that likes what's going on because they voted.
The government's doing us wrong, Doug. They're jamming it right up our ass. We're all pissed. Well, all right, not all of us, but a majority of us are pissed off the government right now, correct? Yes or no?
No.
Yeah, you are.
Pretty much everybody is.
Okay, so we should all sit for the anthem because the government did us wrong?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Government and our country are two different fucking things.
If somebody came up to you earnestly and said, you know what, I just don't believe I want to do that. I just don't. You're just not gonna.
My question is gonna be why.
Right, and if they have their reasonings why, we'll just.
You got a right to do whatever you want. If a person come up and said, I don't believe in it, I don't want to say, you got the right to. I get it. But now there's a whole different situation when you take foreigners that you threw that in there, not me.
Well,
I'm just telling you, people coming to our country, and you set off a whole other thing that's going on in this country where people are coming into our country because it's shit where they're at. And then they want to jam their beliefs down our thing and fuck that flag. I'm not standing. Get the fuck out of the country.
I agree with that.
No hard feelings, buddy. Go back where you fucking come from. It must have been a lot better here because you had to stand for the national anthem or the pledge. Yeah, that's terrible. I understand. Leave. Go back over there. You know, don't come to our country and jam your fucking beliefs and everything down our throats. We got laws. We have beliefs. If you don't like it, there's the fucking border. Get out. You know? But the thing of it is, that's what I'm saying. There ain't no person over on that right side right now ain't pissed off at our government.
They're all adults over there.
But they're Americans.
Right.
But where's
You're
this
talking about exactly, and that's what I've been bringing up. Is we start this divisiveness right in the school system,
and we're okay with it, right? So if the parents go and bitch about
well,
this,
obviously we're okay because nobody's saying anything about it. You're not going to any school talking to them about it.
I don't have my kids in school.
You don't have a stand on it. Because it's really going to make me call the school tomorrow and go, do you do the Pledge of Allegiance? Do you actually say that if you're of color, you can sit down? I may do that.
You know,
Because
Channel 8, the news stations ain't going to do nothing about it. I'll tell you why. Because this falls under the left agenda. This is what they want. Listen, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. And YouTube and Facebook, now that we're back on YouTube, I got a right to my fucking opinion. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Period. You got a right to your opinion and your beliefs. I get that. But there's just some things. This government has shafted us. There was no, this is where I'm at with YouTube and Facebook. Kiss my ass. There wasn't that bad a racial divide when Trump was in office, Doug. Show me. You all watch TikTok? I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing a lot of black people going on TikTok supporting Trump, saying, where y'all at now? Where y'all at now? Left side hates that, Doug. That's why they're coming down on TikTok. You know, the racial divide started. And what should have been put to rest is when that dumb son of a bitch sat in his basement of his home, because that's where everything was done from.
Right.
Said, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Really? That was the beginning of dividing the black and the black, Doug. Then now you not only got a white-black division, white-Asian division that you created, now they're out there creating. And we went over this when I was talking to that guy from Walmart that day. You're creating black against black. Oh, you're a Republican?
Guess who went to Facebook, Joe?
Who?
Norm Taylor.
For what?
For that comment.
What'd he say?
Let me go back up here.
No.
See, guys, this is what the fuck? I turned this on at the wrong point. Chris looking for a tranny fanny.
Yeah, another tranny. So there we go. Facebook just assumes because the guy said tranny. They're, unfucking believable. So, anyways, unfucking believable. And this is what I mean. Facebook's for this fucking agenda. How do they know what he fucking meant? Yeah, he might have. Did you cuss, though?
I just repeated what Norm said. What the fuck?
Yeah, there you go. Joe Gibbons' wife's dancing around. Yes. We got to get we've been on an hour and 43 minutes. We've been trying to keep more. Yeah, don't say it, Chaz. He'll go too. Now they're, but that goes to prove. Listen, that goes to prove. We're being watched. Why? Why the fuck are we being watched? Why are we being censored? Now YouTube's going to come on. Well, we think that you might have given misinformation about racial divide. I ain't giving no misinformation.
Commissary money's needed. Norm's in Facebook jail.
For how long? 3 days. Another victim.
Yeah, right off the show, like right in the middle of it.
Yeah, he just comes out.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck them. Fuck.
All right.
Yeah, now another sleepless fucking night. You want to know what's causing racial divide? You want to know what's causing divides? Is this kind of stupid fucking bullshit right here, Doug. Stupid. If you're of color, you may not, you can sit down. Well, you're dividing right then and there. Okay, you're dividing it right then and there. And then, why does he get sitting at, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Because he's black, I'm white, I got to stand. That's about as discriminatory as it can get.
white's not a color.
Last I knew, white was. Well, you know, I see a white car driving down the fucking street, and I'll say, "Hey, there goes an uncolored car." You know, I want to hear that on the police radio. Well, this nondescriptive binary car. What, we getting nailed again?
No, you're gonna have to call him after this
Why?
because I played the Archie Bunker theme song. So
Unbelievable. All right, I'll call him.
all right, what else you got? Anything?
Not a thing.
All right,
Not a thing. Free Norm Taylor.
okay. Free Norm Taylor. He needs some commissary.
All right, people. Have a good night. God bless y'all, and God bless America.
All right, see ya.